Alright, here's a beginner staff spinning tutorial, just some ideas on grips and weaves that we'll go over real quick before moving on into any contact or anything of that nature. Your first grip is going to be your center grip. It's right there at the center balance point of your staff. Most of those are marked with either a gap, different color tape, UV or glow-in-the-dark tape, however, but that's going to be right there on that center grip, either hand. Now, you're going to, most of the time when you enter into things with center grip, you're going to have your thumb at center grip, extended down to your closed hand around about that thumb length down from center, and that will be where you enter into things with that. So that goes with either hand, either side. So it should look like that. Like that from the back. And then you will have your quarter grip, which is going to usually be around the ends of the grip tape or so, but it's going to be halfway between your center grip and your wick. It's going to be right there on either side. They're used for certain movements. And then you'll have your off-center grip, which is going to be between there on either side. So your quarter grip is going to be between your center grip and the wicking, and your off-center is going to be right in between there. It's like an eighth grip, if you will. And then you can do the same thing down in between the quarter grip and the wick itself. So just remember those, go over those, make sure you get those in your head on either side of the staff. Just balance it out. Alright, then into spinning, you have first off, the one beat. I find is the easiest one to do. It's just like a one beat boy. Each head is making one rotation on either side. So it's like, I always tell people it's like rowing a kayak or canoe, what have you. Just kind of easy back and forth. Of course, you're going to want to practice that with both hands, both directions. Do that in front of you with it coming out to the side, and then also do it out in your wall plane with it coming in front and behind. Of course, again, both directions, both hands. Get those down, work that at different points. Right? And just in case you need it, this is how it's going to look from your point of view. Alright, and then you have a two beat, which I'll make distinction with each head a little easier. You're going to have each head come one rotation on each side. So this time you're going to have a little twist in the wrist. Before, you can keep the wrist flat and forward. This time it will twist up a little bit. So 1, 2, 1, 2. So starting here with that head extended, it will draw a circle on your left side. And as it gets to here, basically with the other head extended outward, that head will come up. When it gets to here, that first head will be back in its original position, but this head will be on the opposite side of your shoulder. And you'll bring that behind the shoulder, and then again, back to the original place. So, 1, 2, 1, 2. again, that comes both directions. So measure this one. And both hands. Alright. And then you have your 3-beat. And that's going to go with, your off color out. We'll have this come down and in front of you. That's 1, 2, and as you bring up the second, you're going to notice your wrist is going to come into a bind as you try to put that straight up and down. So it's going to roll back behind. This one will come around again. 3. This is 1. As it unrolls. 2. Again, your wrist comes in this position. This will tuck up underneath through the elbow. 3, or the shoulder, sorry. 3. And here's 1, 2. Wrist straps like that. 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Again, practice that both hands, both directions.